So on this video, I don't want to talk about relationship or talk about marriage. I just want to talk about my dream, my vision, and my long-term plan. A lot of you guys have been seeing me on the social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You've heard so many things about Okoro Blessing. I know. The bloggers have written all types of narrative about Okoro Blessing. So a lot of you do not even know who I am. You just get to see me somewhere and just take the narrative. Now, on this video, I'm not here to explain myself. I'm just here to tell you a little bit about Okoro Blessing for those of you who do not know me. So I'm going to start the introduction. First of all, my name is Okoro Blessing Nkiruka, and I am popularly known as Blessing CEO. I'm 31 years, and I was born on the 23rd of May, 1989. I'm from Ebonyi State, and I hail from Onitsha local government. We are 5 in numbers. We have 4 girls and 1 boy, and I'm the first daughter. My mom is a civil servant, so is my dad, a businessman. I come from a very humble background. We are not so wealthy, but we're very comfortable. My primary school was in Uluwole Christ the King in Lagos. After Uluwole, I went to Marvon Nursery and Primary School. My secondary school was in Federal Government College, Okposi, Ebonyi, before I moved over to a private school to write my WAEC. My university was in the University of Calabar. I'm a Malabarist, yeah. And I studied economics. So I did my NYSC in Akwa Ibom. I did my NYSC in Akwa Ibom. Yes, I served in Akwa Ibom. And I worked in Abuja for a while. I worked with the Nigerian Police Force Pension in Abuja before I got transferred to Enugu State. Then I finally resigned to do what I love to do. Now, everybody wanted to know my marital status. I used to be married and I'm divorced. I have 2 kids, yes. But my current marital status is something I don't want to put on the social media. That's my private life. I don't ever want the social media to know anything about my private life, especially my marital life. So I'm going to keep the second one to myself. Yes. So let's talk about why am I a relationship therapist? Why did I choose this path? Because relationship therapy is not something that actually sells in Africa. Why this path? Now, first of all, when I got divorced, I was very, very curious to know why my marriage did not work. I dated my ex-husband for about 4 years and we're married for just 1 year and 6 months. Weird, right? Exactly. So when the whole marriage went down the drain and I went through everything I went through, I was determined to understand why this marriage didn't work. So I had to start to analyze. I developed interest. Normally, even as a kid, I used to love to tell stories. I'm a very dramatic person. It's natural. I'm a Gemini. So we're dramatic. We are creative. We are adventurous. So the drama is my nature. I actually thought I was going to be an actress or a presenter, maybe a radio or a TV presenter, but you know the way it works, it didn't pull through because the industry is quite difficult. So I started enjoying myself. I love to write and I love to tell stories. I'm a very engaging person, naturally. I like to discourse. When I engage in a conversation with you, trust me, you're going to fall in love. You always want to listen. I realize that each time I talk, each time I'm with my friends, I'm always the one holding the conversation. I'm always the one, I'm a vibe. So I said, okay, let me bring that conversation to the social media. And that was when I created a platform called Break or Makeup. Now, when I created this platform called Break or Makeup, I just wanted to just enjoy myself, talk about relationship. I first of all started the blog by writing my own story. Then I started writing my friend's story. Most of the stories my friends had told me, I started sharing it on the blog. Before I could say Jack, people started sharing their stories with me. The very first day I got 8 emails, I almost went mad. And that was it. The next thing I started getting lots of emails, and that was how the blog blew and grew to almost 500 and something thousand followers. Then, the more you grow, the more people just, start to throw. They took down my blog. A lot of people started reporting the blog because we had a lot of controversial stories and maybe some people were not comfortable with the controversial story, but we had a lot of reporting. They took down that blog 9 times. It was the 10th time that I couldn't get it back. So I was really depressed because this was a blog I grew for almost 5 years of my life. I gave it 5 years of my life and suddenly it went down the drain. But by then I had the experience, I had the followership, initially when I was running my blog, people didn't know I was the one behind the blog Brick or Makeup, because it was an anonymous, just like the way Instablog is. Nobody knew I was the one. I was part of people who used to comment. I remember that then I used to be kinky girl. I was part of the people who used to be controversial in the comment section. People wanted to hear my own part of advice. People enjoyed my comment because my comment was factual and realistic. All right. Each time they posted, so people are asking, where is Kinky Girl? Kinky Girl, come and comment, or want to hear from you, because I'm a very factual, blunt, and realistic person. So people started to warm up to me, people started to follow me. That was how I started to build my own personal page. Meanwhile, a lot of people did not know I was the owner of that blog. Until as time went on, people started impersonating me. I had to unveil myself before they finally took it down. So when they took it down, I didn't want to break down. I resigned my job and decided to open a physical office. Started to do courses on relationship therapy, started to do a lot of programs, a lot of professional courses on relationship therapy. And that was when I developed a whole lot of interest to be a relationship therapist. First of all, I'm a woman who has empathy. I'm very empathous. I'll be empathous. Is that correct? Exactly. In nature, I have a very soft spot for humanity. That's just the truth. I can help people for nothing. That's Okoro blessing, yeah, because I've been through a lot. So the platform is a way of helping people express themselves, because the problem we have in the society today is that a lot of people cannot express themselves. Their feelings are so bottled up because society have made them lock their feelings in a bottle. So I'm a woman who is coming out of experience. I've had my own share of life. I decided to share my own story to inspire other people. Trust me, when I did, it came with a lot of backlashes, because trust me, Nigerians, Africans are people who are ignorant of a lot of things. So I knew it was going to come with a lot of backlashes, but I've already gotten used to that. So after backlashing me, some people were able to warm up to me. Some people got inspired. Some people were able to speak up because I spoke up. And that was the beginning of the fame on the social media. So, and that's how Blessing CEO came about. I've had a lot of controversies. There was a time I had the Onyeze story where they said I stole a house. That was one story that actually broke the internet. Oh my God, I trended for almost 6 months back to back. So that story actually also helped my popularity. A lot of people wanted to know, who is this girl? Because it was a very controversial story of me on handcuff. According to the story, I stole somebody's house. Oh my God. So that's the bet of Okoro Blessing in Kiruka. I'm Blessing CEO. Now, I'm a controversial relationship therapist. And the reason why I chose controversy is because it's a strategy for me. On a place like Africa, where we have people doing a lot of things, trust me, you need to do a lot for you to be heard, for you to stand out. I chose controversy because Africans are people who like what they hate. They pretend like they don't like it, but trust me, they enjoy it. That's the reason why at the mention of Blessing CEO, every mouth must open. Wow. Why? Because I say the things that people do and do not want to say. I say the things that people do privately and do not want to accept. So it's like I flog their conscience. So they don't like me. Just the same way they don't like Jesus Christ. Even Jesus Christ that came into the world to die for them, they still didn't like Jesus Christ. So how do you expect them to like me? So first of all, I already know that they're not going to like me. So first of all, they're going to hate you, then they begin to figure you out. So the long term for what I do, relationship therapy is something that will not go out of fashion, because people will always break up and make up, because that's the meaning of, that's the name of my blog. People will always break up and make up bomb. And the long term is a very massive plan. I intend to be the wealthiest, the most recognized, yes, and the most humanitarian relationship therapist in Africa. I intend to take this global. I intend to make this very, very big. Like I used to say, I want to make people go to school and study psychology and be proud to come out to say I want to be like Blessing CEO, because I'm going to make a fortune out of relationship therapy, just the same way Linda Ikeji made a fortune out of blogging. So that's one woman that also inspired me. I want to stand out just the way Derele stood out from the crowd, because Derele is somebody I hold so dear to my heart, and he also inspired me. I have a whole lot of bunch of people that inspire me. Moabudu does inspire me. So That's the long-term plan. I want to make a fortune. I want to give relationship therapy a meaning. I want the common Nigerians and the common Africans to begin to take therapy seriously, because in this part of the world, therapy is a joke to them. That's why everybody is dying of depression. People don't understand the meaning of therapy in this part of the world. So when you tell them a relationship therapist, they think you are not normal. Exactly. It's when you travel out of the country, that's when they understand the meaning of therapy. A lot of people want to talk, but they do not know where to talk. That's why every time you see people bring in their private matter on social media, blogs, because they don't even have where to go to and who to talk to. If they do, trust me, I think they are going to seek the right help. Now, people will say, what is the essence of therapy? The essence of therapy is having somebody to talk to without holding back anything, somebody who is not going to judge you. When you talk to your mother, when you talk to your fathers, when you talk to your loved ones, or you talk to people that are close to you, they give you what is called a personalized advice. When they give you a personalized advice, simply means they don't want to hurt you. They will always be biased because you are their own. But when you talk to a therapist is the person who is going to tell you the truth and guide you. A therapist does not tell you what to do. A therapist does not even teach you what to do. A therapist will only guide you on what to do. I personally, my own strategy of therapy is to put the consequences of your action before your face, because everybody who is coming to you for therapy is an adult. They are not babies. So they already know good and bad. But the problem is, most times people want to make choices and they don't want to face consequences. So as a relationship therapist, what I do is put the consequences to their face and make them understand that whatever choices you want to make, you should be ready to face the consequences. So that's my job as a relationship therapist. I'm more like a reminder. I'm more like a warning bell to every actions or every decisions you want to take. And sometimes, even if you've taken that decision, I can guide you to the right path and help you make a U-turn. And before I leave, I want to tell a lot of people that when you're a relationship therapist, it doesn't mean you're perfect, because the common Nigerian always feel that, oh, because you're a relationship therapist, you're trying to act as if your life is perfect. No, a relationship therapist's life is not perfect. The same way a doctor cannot treat himself, and the same way a herbalist cannot heal himself, it's the same way a therapist also. They also have issues, but they are professional in what they do. That's just it. Like I used to tell people, I'm a coach, I'm not a player. As a relationship therapist, it simply means you're not good in the field. You might be good behind the field. So it's okay to go to a therapist. Stop being judgmental and saying this one, that one. Anybody can save you. Okay? Exactly. So just be sure that the person know their onion and the person know what they are doing. So my long-term plan for this is, like I said, I want it to be global. I want relationship therapy to be in every part of the world. I want to have my therapy lounge everywhere. For now, I just have my therapy lounge in the East, in Enugu State. I'm planning on going to Lagos by the special grace of God, but the COVID-19 has been, fluctuating. My therapy lounge is going to be one of a kind. It's something that has never been seen or heard before in Africa. Never. So it's a beautiful and a very massive concept that will shake Africa as a continent. So watch out for Okoro Blessing. Trust me, I'm not here to joke. I am here to stay. And I'm not just here to stay. I am here to leave a footprint and a legacy behind. I want you to remember me for touching your life. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the link and also turn on the notification button. My name is Blessing CEO.